What's going on, guys? Back with another video. So I think I have a new favorite person to pick on. I know it hasn't been long, and of course I could be proven wrong if this person actually does his job, but the housing minister for the Liberal Party, Gregor Robertson, really just seems like he's full of it. They keep saying they're going to build houses and we're on this fast start and we're going to keep going, we're going to keep doing better. But I look at track records and the Liberal Party just doesn't have a good track record of it. But there's a segment here where the housing minister goes back and forth with the Conservatives. The Conservatives really put the pressure on him today. So let's have a look and then we'll talk about it. But before we do, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really, really helps grow the channel. And I appreciate you so much for doing these for me. It really, really helps. So let's get into it and then we'll talk about it after, like usual.
The Honourable Member for Parry Sound, Muskoka.
Mr. Speaker, the Liberals' own housing agency's latest numbers on housing starts are out, and they are bad, particularly in cities that received money from their Housing Accelerator Fund. For example, Vancouver, they got $115 million. Starts are down 10%. Kelowna got $31.5 million. Starts are down 33%. On May 13th, the latest housing minister claimed that he wanted to build on the housing successes of the last few years. What success? When will the Liberals learn that bureaucrats don't actually build houses?
The Honourable Minister of Housing and Infrastructure.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
See, you can already tell this is going to get heated.
As the member opposite will know, there are monthly fluctuations to the housing starts across...
monthly fluctuations? Constantly going down isn't a fluctuation. You have to go both up and down to have that.
Canada. That's right. And there's really good news in the CMHC report, Mr. Speaker. We are on an annual pace of almost 280,000 housing starts this year, which is almost a record.
Sorry to pause it so quickly again, but wasn't their promise 500,000? Okay, so they got about, what, 55% of their promise? And that's what they're on pace to do. That doesn't mean they're actually going to do it. That's what they're on pace for. I mean, we'll see. I mean, if they build even 280,000 houses, I mean, that is better than nothing. But again, I just look at the track record. I just don't believe it's going to happen. And even if they do, what are they going to be? $400,000 or $500,000 condos? You know, or is it actually going to be like nice starter family homes for 150, 200 grand? Let me know what you guys think.
And we won't stop there, Mr. Speaker. Right. We are focused on doubling housing starts in this country over this next decade, and we will stick to that goal.
There he is. The Honourable Member for Parry Sound, Muskoka.
Well, it doesn't just stop there. Hamilton got $93.5 million. Housing starts there are down 50%. Toronto got $471 million. They're down 58% there. Guelph got $21.4 million and housing starts there are down over a whopping 78%.
Whoa.
Yet the Liberal plan is to continue spending on city bureaucracies, and now they want to build a third federal housing bureaucracy. When will this government learn that repeating their same mistakes and expecting a different result is not going to solve what is quickly becoming a housing catastrophe?
The Honourable Minister of Housing and Infrastructure.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. There's no doubt that we have challenges with housing across the country on affordability. The good news is that we are seeing near record level housing starts this year. You can cherry pick month to month stats. This year, 280,000 starts is the pace that we're on right now, and we need to go farther and faster. That's why we're delivering on development cost charge reductions that will bring down the cost of housing, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Member for Similkameen, South Okanagan, West Kootenay.
Mr. Speaker, the housing crisis is only getting worse, and the Liberals' failing programs are not helping. The Liberals' so-called Housing Accelerator Fund is spending more but building less. The Liberals' own numbers show that Kelowna will receive $31.5 million in taxpayer dollars, even though housing starts there are down 33.6%.
That's not very good.
Will the Liberals...
How come every time the Conservatives are reading stats, they're saying it's down, like housing startups are down, they're down, but then the Liberals go, no, we're on pace for 280,000 homes. Well, where are they being built? And again, are they really actually going to be built?
Abandon their failing housing programs and build homes, not more bureaucracy?
Honourable Minister of Housing and Infrastructure.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I will just direct the member opposite to talk with the Kelowna Mayor and Council about what they think about the Housing Accelerator program, which mayors, hundreds of mayors and councils across the country have asked their own members of Parliament on the Conservative side to support, because they want this program, they want support to scale the housing that they build in their communities, and we will be there to support them.
The honourable member for London Fanshawe.
Mr. Speaker, the Liberals' own housing agency continues that $74 million from the Housing Accelerator Fund. Housing starts in London are actually down by a whopping 72%.
Oh, God.
Meanwhile, students and young families are still being priced out of the market with little hope of ever owning their own home. The Prime Minister promised to get the government into the business of building homes, not building more bureaucracy. When will the Liberals finally recognize that the red tape is the problem, not the solution, and reverse these policies that are keeping young Canadians in their parents' basement?
Great question.
The Honourable Minister of Housing and Infrastructure.
Mr. Speaker, well, I hope that the member opposite is supportive of the work that we're doing here to give first-time home buyers, young Canadians, an opportunity, discounting their purchase price by up to $50,000. Wow. The GST relief. Whoa. It's a significant effort, along with the tax cut for 22 million Canadians that makes life more affordable, enables them to access housing, and we will not stop there, Mr. Speaker.
Hear, hear. What are you talking about? The one that's going to give us like $30 a month? And honestly, even 50 grand, it's like 50 grand off your first home purchase. It's like, okay, it's better than nothing, but that massively overpriced house that you want to buy for 700 grand, that should be only 300 grand, is still going to cost you 650,000. And even Mark Carney said that doing that isn't enough. But the Liberal caucus seems to be really proud of it.
The honourable member for Richmond Hill South.
Only this Liberal government could spend more taxpayer money and deliver less. Their so-called Housing Accelerator Fund gave the City of Toronto $471 million. And what did Canadians get in return? According to this Liberal government's own housing agency, Toronto's housing starts dropped a whopping 58% compared to last year. This is a classic example of Liberal-style failure. They spend taxpayer money, grab a nice photo op, and then walk away while fewer homes are built. Will this housing minister finally admit that this Liberal bureaucracy fails to build homes while the next generation of Canadians fall further behind?
Good job. The Honourable Minister of Housing and Infrastructure.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, I want to speak strongly in support of the Housing Accelerator program, which has over 200 agreements with communities across Canada. The members opposite can keep criticizing and insulting their city councils and mayors. They are going to deliver on this housing.
They have not criticized the city councils or the mayors once. They're criticizing you because they're looking at the Liberal track record on housing and pretty much everything else, and it sucks. Like, what's he even talking about?
The month statistics fluctuate, but overall we're seeing housing starts up this year, which is great, and we're seeing local communities deliver. Thank you.
The honourable member for Ponoka Didsbury.
This week, leaders of the G7 gather in Kananaskis.
Okay, so that housing question segment is over with, so we'll stop it there for now. But I mean, and this is the thing, like, this is why Gregor Robertson's going to be really easy to pick on, because he keeps saying these really vague things like, well, we have startups ready, but yet housing is down in all these cities. And then you look at the track record of the Liberal Party not doing what they're supposed to do and making fake promises and false claims, and why would you believe them? But problem is, over 8 million Canadians still do. Why would they change when they keep winning elections? Why wouldn't they just keep lying and making false claims and fake promises? Why would they change? They just keep lying and fear-mongering to Canadians, and they'll win an election. Because every time they do that, Canadians, for some reason, just default to the Liberal Party. You got to think eventually that won't work. But it's been working for the last 4 elections for them. Worked during COVID. Justin Trudeau called an early election. He barely won, but he won. Trump tariffs, they install Mark Carney, boom, he wins. If they can just keep figuring, and I don't think they have many more options to keep doing this. I mean, they got pretty lucky with the Trump tariffs and then Mark Carney being for some reason trustworthy amongst these Canadians. They're not going to have that again, but they're going to try to keep fear-mongering. Why wouldn't they? And because it's working, they keep winning elections off of not doing what they're supposed to do. Their track record on everything is terrible, and they keep winning. So what incentive do they have to actually do what they're saying they're going to do when they get away with it all the time? If you're at work, right, and you get away with like taking extra lunches or doing all this thing you're not supposed to do, and the boss keeps believing your lies and doesn't punish you, why would you ever change? Well, it's the same with the Liberal Party. They keep getting away with it. They don't do what they're supposed to do, and Canadians keep rewarding them. So I don't really know where you go from there, other than the fact that you got to think at least some Canadians will wake up, some will go back to the NDP, and hopefully we can finally get a conservative government to clean things up. Now, please let me know what you guys think. I really am curious to hear what you have to think about, what you have to say about Gregor Robertson and the whole Liberal track record for the past 10 years, specifically when it comes to housing. Please let me know what you think. Please don't be shy. Also, please, again, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps grow the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back shortly with a new one.